Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
Yeah.
Still better than the Commanders. Oh, sorry. That's how I stretch in the morning. Just
take a shot.
Just feeling so much better than the Washington Commanders. What a day. We got a lot to talk about on today's episode, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love for another edition of the Morning Breeze. Me and Jordan JC in the building. On today's episode, got to talk about, has Ben Johnson unlocked the key to this Chicago Bears offense? And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about Caleb Williams. And then, got to take a look at how important this upcoming Saints game may actually be. And of course, talk about where the next step in this Chicago Bears development is going to come from. All that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Dates 10/15/2025, 7:03 in the morning. And Jordan JC, this year's flying by.
It actually is.
An adult.
Yeah,
remember like kids, like summer was forever. It was like 3 months.
Yes, yes.
We're on week 7 of the NFL.
I want to go back.
I don't like it. I don't like it. My knees are getting older.
Be a kid again. Yeah.
My back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. Yeah, and skinny. That was a time.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
That was a time, man.
Call me
There was a time when both me and Jordan JC was skinny.
Yeah, that's 12 years ago.
Long time ago. I can still remember when those steaks didn't taste so good.
I was just about to say, yeah. Before I had control over what I had to eat. Oh, boy.
And I knew I had my chance when I could button 32 pants.
32? Just get me down about 38.
Jesus Christ.
I'm good.
I'm still 36, dog. You know what's weird? You know what's weird about me being bigger? My waist won't grow. So I've been a 36 crazy. Since like my senior year in high school, but now it's just crazy. More gut, same waist.
It just expands your waist.
I've been a 36 for so long.
You got a stubborn waist. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. I know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. JC, how you feeling this morning, my guy?
No, still feeling on a high, man, from Monday, and just feeling good, feeling great, man. I think that this momentum from the Bears game can carry over into this Saints game. I know we'll be talking about that, but all in all, man, I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, listen, very exciting game. I think that right now, Bears fans should be on a high. And dare I say, listen, y'all know me. Y'all know my stance on a certain position on this team.
Yeah. What do you got?
But you got to ask the question after seeing what we saw. And I feel like this time might truly be different. And what I mean by that, talking about the production that you got out of DeAndre Swift. 108-yard game, 7.7 yards per carry. He had 2 receptions. Got you a receiving touchdown. truly felt like an unlocked player. But we've seen this before, right? 67 receiving yards. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Remember last season versus Washington?
Oh, yeah.
We've seen DeAndre Swift have the pop-up game.
It's a thing for the Commanders. Yeah.
But here is where the difference may come in. With Ben Johnson in the building and him making the changes on the offensive line, it felt like a more comfortable DeAndre Swift than we've seen. He was comfortable with running the football aggressive. He was comfortable with running the football up the gut. And when he got his opportunities to run it to the outside, he was able to take it to the outside. It feels like Ben Johnson may be the one, even though he had him in Detroit. But here in Chicago, it feels like Ben Johnson may be the coach that can finally consistently unlock DeAndre Swift. 108 yards on 14 carries is incredibly impressive. And literally, it was just when the holes are open, you hit them. When you watch the tape, it's one of the most decisive DeAndre Swifts I have ever seen.
It is a beautiful marriage. That is the word I'm going to go to this time. When you see the offensive line produce or display that type of blocking and the type of discipline that they showed by changing the tackles and not necessarily changing right tackle. I know Darnell Wright returned, and might I say that Darnell Wright impressed me. He probably had his best game, I want to say, at least this year, for me at least, where he opened up multiple holes. He even, I guess you could say, ended the game on a high note when DeAndre Swift went to the right a few times for picking up those yardages for what's your boy's name? Jake Moody, to be in a position to win the game for us. But then on the left side, Theo Benedict, all I saw all day was him just setting that edge and allowing holes to just be opened up, open wide, literally, just for DeAndre Swift to go through. It was a very easy game. So that's the reason why you see DeAndre Swift have a game like this. And can this continue? Well, again, it's a matter of the tackles. It's a matter of the offensive line continuing to gel and come together like the way they showed. And yes, you give credit to Ben Johnson setting up, certain schemes and certain blockings, schemes for DeAndre Swift. But as you mentioned, when DeAndre has that hole, he's hitting it, and he's hitting it with confidence. There's no, wiggle and juking and trying to shake and rattle and roll in the backfield first. No, he's got no time for that. He's hitting the hole with purpose. Might I even add that he actually, has some good yards after contact that I haven't seen from him in the past. And so, the DeAndre has actually been playing with, a whole new level of confidence. Ben Johnson seems to have confidence in him. I know that might have been a question mark because we talked about their relationship in the past when he was in Detroit initially, and, whether or not, he really, really trusts him, really, relies on DeAndre Swift, or if he feels like he's somebody who's an afterthought. Well, we're seeing the fruits of their labor. They're working together this time around, the second time around, and it looks as if it will continue to grow.
Yeah, and listen, I think it's the fact that you did it versus a good defense too, right? Like you didn't do it versus a group of dogs out there. And I'm not going to say that the Commanders are an elite defense, but the Commanders are a defense that you just held the Chargers the week before to a struggling game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What was that game finished the week before? Trust me, I know offensively they were dead because my team, my fantasy team was in pain.
You had a bad fantasy team?
Oh, you shut your mouth. It was around 10 points.
Jeez.
Just held a Chargers team that's been putting up some pretty solid offenses to 10 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, I think that when I look at what we saw from Swifty, the big thing for me is always, okay, how can he replicate this? Because everybody knows, right? I've never been a DeAndre Swift fan. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, but I want DeAndre Swift to do well. He plays for the Bears. He's on the team. You know what I mean? Like, go out there and be great. Live up to the $8 million contract. My favorite thing that players do is when they go out there and they make me shut up. Like, it's like, oh, look at that. Like, worked out perfectly. I'll shut up. I haven't seen enough of that over the recent years. And DeAndre Swift hasn't shown us enough of that, in the season. I mean, his best game this year is in a 52-point blowout before this Washington game ended up happening. And so to me, seeing this and I think what was big when watching the tape was you see the game plan that Ben Johnson had for DeAndre Swift truly made the game easier for DeAndre Swift, which I think is something when you talk about the scheme, when you talk about, I think there's something that needs to be said as well, that this felt like Ben Johnson's best game marrying the run and the pass. It felt like he was comfortable with the play calling going into this game. He was comfortable with how he was calling the run game. And to me, that's just as important as your running back being able to go out there and make plays. Sure, if I got Walter Payton back there, I can call whatever I want. He's going to find a way to make it work. Everybody ain't Walter Payton. Most people ain't Walter Payton. Most running backs ain't Walter
Payton. Different level.
You know what I mean? And so there's not that many running backs where you can just call anything at any time and they can just go out there and make it work. There's a part of this where Ben Johnson has to get comfortable again with DeAndre Swift and what he's using and what he's doing and how he's going to be able to run Ben Johnson's system. It felt like that stood out to me as well. And when you marry all of that together, you get the production that you have. And I don't think that's just going to go away. I mean, the offensive line that we saw now going up against the New Orleans Saints the next week, to me, that's a confidence builder game right now.
It is a confidence builder game. And I don't think it's something that will go away. You've seen, again, throughout all these three games, you've seen the all three phases of this team continue to improve, but specifically pinpointing the offense and the run game, you've seen it continue to be unlocked even more. You've seen him continue to utilize all of his running backs. Cal Monungai even getting more touches and things of that nature. Roshan even having a few appearances. Obviously, Caleb Williams, when he needs to scramble, is part of that rushing attack as well. And so this is starting to unlock Ben Johnson's offense. And I had mentioned, or rather, I had watched it was a podcast, Pat McAfee's podcast over the overnight. He had the old Tampa Bay coaches as a guest.
Bruce Arians?
Yes, Bruce Arians. Thank you. And Bruce Arians agreed. Like, is this something that we're going to see? Is this something that is exciting to look forward to? And he said, yeah, this is something that can actually propel them to be a really, really good team. This could not be a fluke, because when you go back to the Detroit days, they were a potent offense because it started with their run game. And so when you continue to see the progress that's being made with the Bears run game, and if they can continue to unlock this and get that $8 million a year production out of DeAndre Swift like they did this past Monday, you'll start to see this Bears offense take off. You'll start to see it become more special, and you'll start to see more blowout scores. The scores won't be as close as the last two where we only won by one each game. The score was the same, 25-24.
Yeah.
And so that's the exciting part to look to when we look to the next game, like versus the Saints and so on and so on.
Only the second time 25-24 has happened.
That's crazy.
It's only the second time the same score has happened in NFL history. First time 25-24 has happened. Only the time a team has won by the same score 2 games in a row in NFL history. First time was the Columbus Yellow Jackets taking on the Detroit Panthers. And your Chicago Bears. They won 7-6 in a barn burner. Won 7-6 in a barn burner down in Plattsville.
Barn burner.
We've got a real slobber knocker going on here down at the Plattsville Pavilion. Quarterback for the Columbus Yellow Jackets.
You know you gotta talk
7
like that,
heaters right before the game starts.
Oh,
he's cutting back, he says.
That's hilarious.
Playing for the Detroit Panthers, old Bang Bang Yabansky. Bang Bang Yabansky runs a 9.540.
Bang Bang Yabansky.
Fastest man alive, they say.
Oh my God. They probably did talk like that back then too.
No, that's how everybody was.
Here comes Bang Bang Yabansky.
Here comes Bang Bang Yabansky running up the left sideline. He's Jewish, you know. What does that have to do with anything? Why is it the 20s right now? Oh, by the way, that was in 1926, so there's that.
Okay, long time ago.
They're bringing in a young colored boy. All right, hey, let's relax now. Let's relax. Oh man, but no, man. Listen, I'm excited about where this run game could go. I feel like this team has a lot of opportunity here to marry the pass and the run. And I think, listen, if you get DeAndre Swift playing at this level, he is the perfect kind of running back for Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. He's somebody who can catch the football out of the backfield. And you saw, makes one guy miss, he's got the speed, it's over.
That was crazy. Quay Martin, I don't know what kind of angle he took to DeAndre Swift. I thought that play was dead. I was like, oh, yeah, he's going to push him out of bounds. He just kind of like slid past him. I was like, whoa.
Hell,
okay.
He was following that bang Yabansky tackle plan. You know, he's playing both ways.
1920s tackle. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
He just dived at him. He's just like,
Hey, all right. Nope, I don't want it. It's like, all right, fine.
But no, man, like if you can get the run game consistent, listen, DeAndre Swift, he hasn't, I'm not going to sit here and say he's had, great receiving games this year, but like there's a couple games, that game versus Dallas, right? He caught 3 of his 4 targets. He caught 4 of his 6 targets versus Vegas. He's a good receiving back. That's what you want to see. And if those lanes are created and you have the opportunity, I truly feel like he's somebody who in the passing game can be very elite for you. And in the running game, that's where you need him to catch up. I'm sorry. I like my running backs to be able to run. When he has a game like this, I feel like that's a very impactful game. And we haven't seen enough of these games this season for you to feel confident about it. But dare I say, maybe Ben Johnson finally has this unlocked. And that offensive line is going to play a big part into that as well.
Agreed.
The Theo Benedette on the left side, you want to talk about 2 games of just going, well, that worked.
Yeah.
Like it's literally Let's 2 games of just going, that works. Oh, held up Max Crosby. That works.
Yeah.
There was, I ain't gonna lie to you, I did get nervous because he did get bull rushed one time, like completely, and he was flat on his back, and I was like, don't tell nobody. That was the only thought I had. Like, don't get on the podium and tell nobody.
That was one bad play, huh?
That was the only bad play I saw. Outside of that, I thought, listen, like to be able to come in playing a different position, Theo was a right tackle. To be able to come in playing a different position, win the job, and be able to hold your own. Now, again, would I rather have an elite left tackle over there? Maybe Theo is. We don't know. We'll see. But would I rather have a Laramie Tunsil over there? Or, well, back in the day, Laramie Tunsil. Like, eventually, yeah. Like, if Theo proves to you that he's kind of, his ceiling is Braxton Jones or just a little bit better than Braxton Jones, they continue to improve the team. But, like, to find an answer mid-season from the guy who was the undrafted free agent from the Canadian Football League, I'll take it. Take that twice on Sunday, every day a week. You take that deal, I take that deal. Dang good deal.
Dang good deal. I mean, yeah. Then that's the whole point of competition is you want to see what can you tap into. What is the potential of a Theo Benedict versus what we already kind of figured out is the ceiling for Braxton Jones. You know the output that Braxton has given you for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been good. It's been okay. It's been complimentary in a sense, but I think again, I feel like this is the perfect matchup or the perfect pairing where Braxton is your backup rather than your starter, because now Theo Benedict could be proving himself to be better potentially than Braxton Jones. He's giving you a couple of performances where it's like, oh, okay, we might have something here. Let's see how he builds off of that. This is something that he can only just continue to build his confidence off of. So we'll see going forward.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't start playing like Bang Bang Yabansky.
No,
we're gonna keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Yeah, we got to take a quick break, listening to a word from our sponsors. But on the other side of this thing, I want to talk about how important this New Orleans Saints game actually is. I feel like Bears fans are like, we got the Commanders. Here we go.
Yeah.
6 straight, JC. You put it away. We got to talk about that and talk about the next step for this Bears team. All that and more coming up next on the Morning Breeze. But first, let's listen into a word from Aura.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Bang, bang, Yabansky here. Not on this. He got talent. Hey, man, before we get back into the show, make sure that y'all check out everything that we got going on at the Breeze Media Network. Chicago Bears Breeze. Steve-O Speaks holding that down for us over there. He's breaking down every angle and every bit of football talk that you can see from the team. So make sure to tap in with them over there. Chicago Bulls Breeze making a comeback here. But if you are a member of the Patreon, or you are a member of the Breeze Superfans here on the Windy City Breeze, we have been doing Chicago Bulls live calls. Last night was rough. I had to cut it, bro. 60 foul calls in a preseason basketball game. I thought we had the Bears refs out there. Like, it was insane, bro.
I'm sorry, what?
60 foul calls.
Jesus.
In a preseason basketball game.
They're
and
ready.
like 25 of them were when nobody was in. It was like Bang Bang Yabansky was out there. He was hooping. He was getting on the basketball court as well.
Yeah.
If you're a Breeze member, man, pull up on us on that as well. We want to do some things for the membership tab. Also, legally, I can't do it on the main page while out in the open, because then people get upset and there's legalities. But I can do it behind the Patreon. I can't do it over there. We also were on playback as well, so tune in with us on playback if you're not a member of either the Patreon or the Breeze Superfans. Big shout out to you guys. And Chicago Bulls Breeze will be making a comeback, having some meetings on that this week. So no matter what sports you follow, we've got something for you. Hit that subscribe button and ride the way with the Breeze Media Network. Available on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcasts. Let's get back into it. George JC. This Saints game that we have coming up. Dare I say, and I love the fact that if you check out yesterday's episode with me and Harrison Graham, he brought out the point that you may have to look at this Saints game as more important than the Commanders game.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that he's wrong in that. I almost agree with that because I think that there's something to be said about teams that can go out there and beat the best, but then find a way to lose to the worst, i.e. the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this Saints team is not a team you can sleep on. I think that Kellen Moore actually has them fairly well coached. I think that they just don't have a lot of talent on that team. And as always, health is never on their side when going into New Orleans and when New Orleans is coming here. And there's a lot of opportunity here where this could be a trap game for you, especially with the Ravens coming up next week. Now, you feel fine. You don't want to drop games that you should win. And I think that's the biggest thing here. Your test is not, can you always beat the best of the best? More times than not, your test is, can you win the games you're supposed to win? More weeks than not. How many games now on this Bears schedule are Bears fans sitting there going, that should be a win. Oh, that should be a win. Oh, that should be a win.
Not many.
I mean, like, Saints, that should be a win. Maybe Bengals. Joe Flacco getting comfortable with Jamar Chase. That might change a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Cam Scadaboo's eating crayons and punching walls up in New York. So you don't know what that is.
Cam.
Maybe the Vikings game. But you don't have a ton of games on this schedule that you go, that's a game the Bears should absolutely win. The Saints game is a game the Bears should absolutely win. And sometimes those are the games that get away from you, just like week 1 versus the Minnesota Vikings. That was a game the Chicago Bears should have absolutely won. The Raiders was a game the Bears should have absolutely won. So now I look at this Saints game and say, sure, you've gotten some big wins. I think the win over the Cowboys is a good team, good win. I think the win over the Commanders, good team, really good win. You got to walk out of this Saints game 4-2. If you find a way to be 3-3 at the end of that, that's one where all of that goodwill, all of that confidence, everything that it not to say it goes out the window, but it definitely takes a hit.
It takes a hit. It would be disappointing, to say the least, that you go into this game and you lose or find a way to lose, because I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you would call a trap game. You know, you're on a 3-game win streak. You're on a high. You beat 2 teams that, you know, a lot of people didn't really give you credit for, because one has a horrible defense and the other is the Las Vegas Raiders. And not many assumed that they would really be that much of a challenge outside of the few names that we mentioned. And Matt Crosby didn't think their run game would get going, even though Ashton Genty killed us. But then you play the Commanders, which was the statement game. You know, you got the monkey, in a sense, you got the demon off your back, in a sense, by beating them and kind of getting past that mental hurdle. Now here's the game where everybody expects you to win. I believe maybe even the odds are in your favor. A lot of times the Bears are in the least when it comes to the odds of winning the games. This is a game where you're facing a 1-5 team. You got Spencer Rattler at quarterback, an older Alvin Kamara, who is still a decent running back. You got Chris Olave. You got some weapons on there, but all in all, they're pretty average when it comes to their offense. Yes, Kellen Moore does have these guys. I believe that he is a competent head coach. I don't think that the record is indicative of his value and his skill set and what he brings to the table. I do believe he's better than what the record shows.
Yeah.
And again, that's the reason why you want to come into your hometown. By the way, you're playing this game at Soldier Field. You have all the sticks, the chips are stacked against the Saints. you have no reason to lose this game. And so, again, this is a matter of discipline. This is a matter of focus. But, again, this goes back to the coaching staff. I think when you come up on a trap game like this is going to either give credit to the coaching staff for having these guys prepared during the week and saying, hey, we're not done with the season yet. The Commanders wasn't our Super Bowl, as a lot of people want to call it. We can't just now sit on our hands and say, we won the season now that we got to get back game. No, it's time to continue these wins.
It's just Commanders fans calling it the Super Bowl because they're a little
salty. I know. I've heard
them. And they've disappeared. Where are you?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Oh, you won your Super Bowl over us.
Did you need a break? Did Commanders fans need a little break? I haven't heard from them at all.
No, quiet.
Incredibly quiet over here. Wow, I missed that. Remember they were all in the comments? There was the one dude. He was cool people. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was like, I love these brothers. These brothers out here getting the job done. I don't know why I assume he talked like that, but he was hilarious. He was a Commanders fan. He was good people.
Yeah.
But no, like honestly, they're listen, to me, this Saints game right now, if you're going to be the team that you want to be, right? If you're going to be, dare I say, if you're going to have a 2018 season, I don't know if the Bears are going to be a 12-5 team at the end of this year. What would it be now? Is it still 12-5? 12-5. Yeah, 17. Math. There we go. I don't know if you're going to be a 12-5 team at the end of this year. I'm not saying that you are. I probably still lean towards finishing out 9-8 because of how the NFL season goes, right? Nobody expected the Ravens to have the fall off that they had, though. That may change. Nobody expected for the Steelers to be as good as they are. That may change. Like, you never know based on how the NFL goes week by week what a team is going to be. But where you're at right now, the only way for you to get to being in a 2018 type of season, the only way for you to get to the point where you feel like, hey, we're taking a massive step forward. This is not year one of Matt Eberflus. This is not year one of John Fox, year one of Mark Trestman, where it's just, we're going to figure it out and we're going to navigate the waters and be okay, is if you win these games. This Saints game to me, and I love how you pointed out the preparedness. I'm not going to say I'm worried about it. And that truly is because we haven't looked like an unprepared football team to start a game yet. Now, we finished a few games looking a little unprepared. Well, I shouldn't say that. The Detroit game, we looked unprepared. But I also think Detroit's still a pretty elite football team.
Yeah.
But for the most part this season, it feels like we can go to war with our coaching staff and say, this is the team that we have. This is the coaching staff that we have, and they're going to call the game for the team that we have. I think that's why we can sit here and talk about, right, that game last week with the game plan that DeAndre Swift had. Hey, we need to figure out this run game. We got 2 weeks. That's incredibly important. We need to be prepared for this. You were. Now with the Saints coming to town, you don't have 2 weeks for it. But if you have that piece figured out, it's going to make this Saints game a little bit easier for you. Not to say it's going to be an easy win, but I truly think that when you talk about a team that has a statement win like the Chicago Bears, those statement wins usually only matter when you keep putting wins after them.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I truly want to see if this team is going to come in prepared, ready to go. And I don't even have questions on it, really. But it's just like, are you overlooking it? The 1-0. Remember Caleb Williams saying, we go on 1-0. We're going 1-0. We're going 1-0. Is your mindset 1-0 after that Commanders win? That's a big win. There's a lot of storylines there. Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels. The team that Ben Johnson didn't go to. There was a lot of reasons to win that game. The fail Mary that turned into the fail carry. That was a bar, by the way. Good job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It was well done. I'm gonna clap that up.
No, it is. Clap it up.
Yeah, silent clap.
Thank you.
But there was a lot of reasons for you to go all in on this game and fight as hard as you can. Are you going to fight that hard versus a team that it feels like you should beat? That's when you know the kind of team and the kind of players that you have.
I totally agree with that. But and again, that's where I get my confidence from, is that we have a team where, again, you're starting to see the identity of the players and the team take on the identity of the coach. We talked about it this past week before the Commanders game, where you even said it seemed as if all of the players are just very calm and collected, even killed, just balanced before the game. It didn't seem like they were, panicking or in over their heads. This is
At all.
the personality of Ben Johnson, where you have a certain charisma or level of confidence in, your preparedness. I have no question that Ben Johnson he's a maniac when it comes to just the little things and the details of every single week and getting the most out of you during that preparation for the next game, even to the point where in one of the celebrations, I believe dating back to the Cowboys celebration where I believe it was Tremaine Edmonds who had the 2 interceptions that game. So that game, when you're in the locker room and he's saying, hey, let's celebrate this one, fellas. And then Tuesday, let's celebrate a little bit more. But then Wednesday, we got to flip the page and get ready for the next game, get ready for Las Vegas. That's the identity of this team now, is like, okay, we can't, again, just sit on this one victory. This is a full season of games where any given Sunday, a team can come in and beat us. Don't just think because the Saints are 1-5, because, hey, also the Ravens are 1-5. You're going to take them lightly when you get to them, whatever their record's going to be. They could be 1 and whatever when they get to us. They're still the Ravens. You don't overlook them. And so, again, take the record out of it. Just play football. Play the way you've been playing. Continue to improve and go out there and get the win.
Yeah, 100%. Go better, best. Better than the rest.
Bro, that never gets old.
Hey, you better get best.
I watched that like 5 times. Then he just scatters off. Like, yeah, all right, damn. Oh, never.
I just want everybody to just run a different direction with that. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, Bears.
I love it. Oh
man, it does fire me up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time they win and he's in that locker room, it's just like, because it's, it gets me. It gets me every time. It's just like Ben goes from, like, on the field, he's stoic. He's we got what do we got there? What do we got? Would you shut the man? Come on. I don't know who he was talking to. I think it was Caleb. I ain't gonna lie to you. But see, only reason I don't know if it was Caleb was, remember, right after that, he runs and gets the other helmet. So maybe Caleb was talking and was saying, if it was Caleb, I wonder if he was talking, like, I can't hear you. Because he had to run and get the other helmet. Because that first play, Caleb just ended up calling it himself, which is growth, which is good, the play worked.
It was
there was a penalty on that play. But either way, my favorite part of Ben doing that is there's always that moment where he gets in the locker room and you can tell he's excited, but he's got to leave the field composed. Oh, good stuff, And he goes, deep breath.
Hair just all over the place.
The hair's gone because he didn't took the hat up. I was like, oh my God, this man about to go Super Saiyan.
This man is waiting to just unleash all his energy. This man, Goku.
Bilal said maybe yelling at Declan. Hey, where is Declan? Has anybody seen Declan?
You know what? I was thinking that too. I said maybe he's talking to Declan. Like, yeah, you shut up. Bro.
Oh, maybe he was talking to Declan. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been that. Talking to somebody else on the headset.
Get to it, Declan, do it.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. The show of love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We are Jordan JC. I don't know if you
what do we got?
This. We got over 100 in the chat.
Oh yeah,
over 200 in the chat. 200. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. You get 200 likes on the video. Everybody collectively take a second. Deep breath like Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And aggressively hit that like button. Phones are broken. Let's finish it out with this, Jordan JC. As we get into this next upcoming weeks, I saw a stat during the game, and I ain't gonna lie to you, PFF is idiotic at this point. Like with some of the stuff, like PFF is tripping. Yeah. But I will give them credit on the actual statistics of backing up what ESPN said. Caleb Williams' off-target throws was a topic of conversation while Troy Aikman basically hated everything that he did on a 6-for-8 drive. I can't wait to get into the locker room and ask Caleb. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm about to be like, so did something happen in the pre-meeting? Or that, like, it got weird. He literally was 6-for-8 on a drive, and that man went, yeah, he's just been off target this week.
What? Even the throw to Olamide Zaccheaus, he was like, he's a little bit off beat with it.
It only hit him in both hands.
Yeah, in his numbers. He's like, he's a little off beat with that one. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
And so all the people, listen, I love Troy Aikman. I think he's a great analyst. I think that he's phenomenal when he does the games. That's why it's weird.
Yeah.
That's why it was like Troy, like most are like, well, he's a little salty, Troy. And I was like, he's never been this salty towards anybody. Like, I maybe a little bit towards Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor actually ended up winning the game. So now every time he's salty towards somebody, they end up going out there and win. Maybe a little towards Trevor, but nothing like Caleb. It was like,
that's crazy.
Caleb breathed, and he was like, look at this piece of garbage. He was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Doesn't even deserve to start. Yeah.
But I do think that the next step in this Bears development is Caleb Williams consistently hitting the layup. And listen, I believe that time will come, because I don't think that you can just – I've never seen an NFL quarterback just be Stephen Curry and just keep hitting the deep shots, but he can't hit the layups on a consistent basis. But the reason I say that 4th and 1 call, do I love it? No. Do I think that would I rather have seen a run play there? Yeah, the play was there. In fact, the play was so there. Yeah, the one to Rome Odunze. The play was so there. If Rome catches it, he probably tiptoes in for a touchdown. I.e. bang, bang, Yabansky style.
I wasn't ready.
Like,
I wasn't ready.
There's a difference that is happening right now. Right now, you're winning games 25-24. You're putting the offense up. You've had 3 good weeks. I'm not going to say good. You've had 3 solid weeks of offense. You had 1 great week. I would say you had 2 solid weeks, because there were really good moments. Then there were moments where you died out. If you get to the point where you can hit the layups, that's how this Bears offense becomes an offense that's kicking its feet up in the 4th quarter. And I think that takes this team to a completely different level. And what I mean by that is, offense is up, defense can pin their ears back. We've seen what this defense looks like when they actually have the opportunity to say, we're just blitzing Brisker. We're going to blitz Tremaine here. We're sending Monte. Like, it's a different defense. It takes your team from struggling to finish some of these games to what I would say is dominating to finish some of these games. And I feel like the layups have been Caleb's biggest issue. The pass to Swift that could have gotten him 10 yards, Caleb throws it way too low and behind him. That pass to DJ Moore, that was over the middle that he ends up catching. If Caleb throws that pass in stride, DJ Moore's running naked down the left sideline because you have the numbers game. The pass to OZ, you got to catch that OZ. That's on OZ. And I think that's the thing too, right? Like, some of the layups Caleb started hitting in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and his receivers weren't making the plays on those. It is all 11 have to be perfect for offense to work situation. But to me, if that is the Bears' next step in development, you get to the point where the layups become easy. Now all of a sudden, you've got a team that is dangerous in this NFC.
No, I totally agree. And you're starting to see progress with that, because I believe even in those pivotal moments, you saw him take the pass that was there, whether it was DJ Moore going across and he got, I think that was the play where he kind of got dinged up. They knocked it into his knee going out of bounds, and then he had to kind of hobble off. But then you saw before the couple of DeAndre Swift runs that put us in a really good field goal possession. I think it was a 3rd and 4. He threw it to Colston Loveland for the first down. Very easy pass, wide open right there, check down, first down, keep moving the ball forward towards your goal. And so that's what I love. And throughout the game, I'm going to be honest with you, it looked as if this is a very easy game where the Commanders, I know their defense is really good or it's respectable. And it seemed as if we were able to get the ball to wherever we need it, most times more than not. Seemed as if the plays continue to connect with the next play and the next play very well. I believe that we bit ourselves, in the butt a few times where we didn't score and then of course there was the zebras that also helped with that, in my opinion. But for the most part, you're seeing Caleb continue to make strides when it comes to taking what's there. And I think, again, that also goes into the next games as well, into this quote unquote trap game, is take what's there.
Yeah.
Don't just because you're probably facing an easy team, don't start getting crazy and think that you can just throw it up and go for the explosive plays all the time. Continue to do the things that are working. Continue to do the things that will make you a successful quarterback. Sometimes playing boring works. It continues to work. Some of the greats have continued to say, hey, do this and do that. Even Troy Aikman, with all the crap he said, I believe there was one time where Caleb threw it into double coverage down the field in Roma Dunze, and there was really no shot of Roma Dunze catching the ball. Maybe if he might have jumped over the defenders and high pointed it, maybe he would have gotten it. But that was a ball
what he should have done.
Yeah, that's what he should have done. But that was the point where you probably should have, thrown the ball underneath to one of your guys and just get the first down and keep it moving. Even Troy acknowledged that. You got a guy that's right there underneath that you need to go for. There's no need to go for that Hail Mary. And so that's the maturation. That's the process that we're seeing Caleb continue to work on. And I think that will continue to grow to develop him into that top 10, top 5 quarterback that we hope he will be.
See, that I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like that play specifically, I have no problems with that. Give Rome a shot. Like Rome, arms up. You're 6'4".
He didn't jump. Yeah, he didn't
You're
jump.
a massive human being. Like even him not jumping, if he just has his arms up, he's taller than everyone down there. The ball hit literally right where his hand should have been.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Like I'm okay with that because I think there are times where you have to just give your guy a chance. That back shoulder throw that Caleb threw to Rome and it gets called back. That's giving your guy a shot to say, go make a play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I like that Caleb and Rome have that relationship. I can't believe that they called that touchdown back. That's still.
Was it illegal formation?
Illegal
and then
formation.
They replayed it and showed that.
That's the only time Troy was on our side all night.
Yeah, and he clearly said there he wasn't off the line that much. Like there was just a phantom call, but whatever.
Yeah. No, it was a bad call. There was a lot of bad calls, but I think that's even that, right? When you talk about the preparation, when you talk about going into that next game, when you talk about what the next step for this team is, I think you took a massive step in the fact that you didn't let the outside things beat you. You played your game. You didn't let how the refs were calling the game beat you. You didn't let how plays getting called back happening change the project. By the way, everybody's sitting there talking about the Caleb Williams numbers that are being put out there. He had an entire touchdown call back for a reason that we all think is BS. Like, come on. We know the numbers are going to change. Like, let's relax on that.
Yeah.
But like, to me, like being locked in on your game, being so locked in on what you do, and being able to say, doesn't matter what the refs call, doesn't matter. You can overcome it to a certain point. There's some points you can't, but it doesn't matter what the refs call. It doesn't matter what the Commanders do. We're going to find a way to win this game. Being able to do that is something this team did not have in years past. You lose this game last year. Easily. Easily. You lose both of these last 2 games last year. You lose this game under Matt Nagy. You lose this game under John Fox. You lose this game under Mark Trestman. Maybe you win it under Lovie Smith. But this is a game that we haven't had a coach that wins us this game in a long time. That, to me, is exciting for what the next steps of this team could be. And that's why I'm excited by where this Bears team is heading right now. Dare I say, Jordan JC.
What do we got?
Might be all in.
No, you going to the moon? We taking it to the moon.
I might be heading to the moon, brother.
We taking it to the moon.
Yeah, where we going?
Are you getting on the bandwagon with me? Are you getting on the 15-2 bandwagon, or is that too much?
No, that's crazy.
Okay,
You're
all right.
insane.
I'm just saying.
We got a couple of super chats on here. Dennis, the Chicago kid, sent this one early in the show. Said Simmons, Trey, Thibs. Which one makes the most sense?
Wait,
I mean,
what?
Yeah, he's talking about defensive linemen.
Oh, Simmons, Trey, and who?
I'm assuming Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh no, Kayvon Thibodeau's out. I want Trey or Simmons. If you're talking about those three, I want Thibodeau. To me, is the same as what you already got here in Sweat and Adangbo. That level of talent. Trey, and
why
and
would they
Simmons
get rid of
are on
Kayvon
the level.
Thibodeau?
Yeah, well,
Like I don't get why the
that.
Giants are playing decent football. I don't get why they would get rid of
Brian
Kayvon
Burns
Thibodeau.
over there. Yeah, no, I don't think they would even.
I guess if I got to pick one, give me Trey. Like,
yeah.
Like, there's never a moment I don't want Trey. Now, Trey right now.
Jeffrey Simmons, though.
Is Trey, listen, Jeffrey Simmons. But again, why would they trade Jeffrey Simmons?
Because how bad Tennessee is?
Yeah, but like, if I'm going to trade Jeffrey Simmons, right now he's on track to have one of his best seasons. I let him play out this entire season, and then I trade him right before the draft. I'm not going to trade him now. And I don't know what the picks are, who's going to end up where, and yada yada. Like,
doesn't make any sense. You're right, but
I wouldn't. There's zero world that I would do that in. Trey's the only one that makes sense, and I think he's the only one that. Unless, because you're literally going to do this again next offseason.
True.
Like, you're about to go through the entire process again. That's the one that makes sense, but you got to make a lot of freaking money. Moved around and working, but I keep saying it. I'll send you Montez Sweat for Trey Hendrickson.
You're dang right.
In a heartbeat. King Booker World said, funny how the Bears D line is never held. Yeah, that is crazy, ain't it? It is kind of insane. Haven't seen a single hold on the Bears defensive line this season.
Crazy.
So guys are hitting it out the park this morning with Bang Bang. Hey, brother, Bang Bang Yabansky, one of the top players for the Detroit Panthers, bro. That's pretty much how all, like, in my brain, everything is just old baseball references in the 20s and the 30s, bro. Like, everybody gets a baseball nickname. There's a dude in the Hall of Fame that we literally call Shoeless Joe Jackson. Like, on his Hall of Fame play. Well, he's not in the Hall. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet? Did they put him in? They did put him in.
A name like that, right? He better be. Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Well, you know, that's a famous White Sox right there.
Did he steal a lot of bases?
No, he ended up playing with no shoes. MLB makes Pete Rose. No, they're now eligible for the Hall of Fame. He's probably going to go in pretty soon. But he was on the 1919 Black Sox.
Joe. All right.
And literally, like, it was a nickname from when he was in, like, freaking, I think it was, what was it? It wasn't the minor leagues. I think it was like maybe it was the minor leagues. I don't know. But just because he played without shoes.
He couldn't afford them, or he just didn't want to play without shoes?
This one game, play without shoes. I don't know.
All
you
right.
know, back then, nicknames just stuck.
They just stuck. Yeah, look at this shoeless guy here. Playing baseball without the shoes. All right. Okay.
That's a good question. Why was his name Shoeless Joe? Shoeless Joe.
All right.
Nickname origin. Let's see. Let's find out together here. Oh, that's a lot of reading. just give me the AI answer. Oh, here we go.
Hey,
after a baseball game in 1908, when a new pair of spiked shoes called blisters on his feet, forcing him to play in his socks.
I was about to say, why don't you let your pops do an article on it?
Oh, he has. Oh, it's definitely there. Yeah, so he had blisters on his feet. A heckling fan yelled, "You shoeless son of a gun!" And the nickname stuck. That's literally what it says. I swear that's what this book says.
You shoeless son of a gun. I believe it.
Son of a gun.
I believe it.
And the nickname stuck. Here's my thing. There's a lot of space in baseball. Who heard it? Like, who was...
Like, wait a minute. That actually might make sense.
That was a name right there. Shoeless Joe Jackson.
All right. One of the reporters got it.
That's how it happened back in the day.
Did he get any credit for it? Did he get any money?
Yeah, they had some nicknames for the black players back then, too. You can't say any of them. All right, appreciate y'all for tuning in. The show and love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Lead a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything.
Oh.
At Pat the Designer, at the WC The Breeze, at Jordan Clemens, at Clemens_Jordan. Yes.
Oh boy.
Can't say any of those nicknames anymore.
Nope.
Yes, they say about the Chicago Med down.
Just stick with Bang Bang Yabansky.
Yeah, Bang Bang Yabansky.
And that'll be a deep drive by Bang Bang Yabansky.
And a deep drive to left field by Bang Bang Yabansky. It'll be a home run.
Oh,
I know there's some people out there that can vouch for me. I did not expect to be able to do that laugh that well.
That was good.
It was a pretty good Brenneman right there.
Where's he now? Where's Tom at?
I think I saw him calling like a Little League World Series or something. Like, he's back on TV.
Oh, so this boy, that's amazing how they can just bounce back.
Yeah, you know. Castellanos, he can't call another Castellanos game. I know that in his career.
Oh, well, hey.
And a shot by Castellanos, that'll be a home run. I would hope there's some people out there that can vouch for me.
I pride myself on professionalism. Yeah, whatever.
Not in that moment. Jesus.